Before we take off, can I ask you guys to come up to the safety grip? So the handlebar is next to you.
Полетели. Угу.
Давай походим.
Давай.
Где
Elephants. Дальше. Вон там вот. See?
It's a different view, isn't it?
Yes. Слоны вон.
Что они делают на грузовике?
Отдыхают.
Почему на грузовике? Он горячий.
М.
Я увидела обезьяну. Она только что бегала. По-моему, она пошла мочиться.
Жирафы пасутся.
Это почти как самолета.
Почти. Угу. Вот эти белые пятна, это какие-то птицы на деревьях. Да, выжрали водителя и пассажиров. Теперь спят.
anything, stay inside the vehicle. Sounds kind of obvious, right? There's some easy ways to make sure you do that. Don't also accelerate faster than any car on the market. 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. It's amazing to see. And then on your left, look on the hillside here. One of the first animals we're going to see here is our black rhino. It's a full-grown rhino like this. So being big is great. And they have special adaptations to be able to eat all the food they need to. If you get a look at this lady's upper lip, it's very long. It actually kind of extends over her lower lip. So that they eat off trees and bushes. There are 3 kinds of rhinos in Africa. Northern, there's a little better chance of survival there. Now, this is a male and a female, actually mating pair. Leaving the female towards their natural environment, we're able to observe animal behavior a bit more like you would in the wild out here. Now, like I said, we're primarily live their entire life without ever drinking water at all. All the moisture they eat from the food they eat. The roots and tubers reach up to 113 degrees Fahrenheit, higher than any other mammal on Earth. So you go deep into the desert, the predator can't handle the heat, great chance of survival. Again, look at those adults hanging out in the trees. Right above us here to your right. Not all animals. You passed an ostrich farm on your way over to the park this morning. Now, ostriches are the world's largest bird. They're also flightless, and their brain is about the size of a quarter. It wouldn't seem like they do that well at survival, right? But ostriches have something they're really good at. They can kill a lion just by kicking it in the head. So even here to your left, called lips and waterbuck, looks like they have a target mark on their rear end. They have a specialty too. They have very shiny fur. This looks really beautiful, right? That's because it's so incredibly oily. If you touch it, you get oil all over your hand. In fact, they're so oily, they're practically waterproof. Waterbuck can live near the water. So by being oily, they can get in and out of the water, roll right off their back, allows them to escape the predator. The target mark on their rear end, watch your back. If you get separated, you're more vulnerable. So that target mark, it's a great way to keep track of your friends when you're running. That's called an alert circle. That's why you want a herd. Friends to wild animals have herds though. One good friend. Now what you're going to see here is a pair of best girlfriends next to your right, to your left, sorry. These are 2 southern white rhino best girlfriends. Now southern white rhinos are some of the animals we're most famous for here at the park. We've had over 90 born here. They're the only rhino species on Earth that aren't endangered. Largely due to South Africa's protection of them. They've been really good at enforcing that environmental law, and they've been able to. And also the breeding here. You see, until we got our herd of 22 in 1970 when we opened, none had been born in captivity. Come up, scare them, and grab the baby from their side. Grab 2 of you, get the baby right between the 2 of you, and both protect it. So once they have their best girlfriends starting to have babies, haven't stopped since, and we can tell other zoos, hey, you need to. And they get out of a better breeding program as well. Up on the hillside, Ivan is our dominant male. He's about 18 feet tall. Now, full-grown giraffes are 14 to 18 feet tall, so he's about as big as they get. And they also have really great eyesight. Ivan is kind of the watchtower of our South African enclosure, okay? He keeps a really good lookout. And he starts stampedes out here like nobody else. If a giraffe starts running, every other animal starts running too. Because if a giraffe is in total, so he's about 4 months old. He's already really big. Giraffe babies are born 6 feet tall. They double that to 12 feet within a year. Can you imagine growing 6 feet in 1 year? But they have to, it's very important. Because while you're short, very high infant mortality rate is the babies that are picked off. So you want to grow as big as you can, as fast as possible. He's already grown about 2 feet since he was born. So you get a great look at him under there. Some Tototsu, our little boy named Sue. That's what Tototsu means in Swahili. We're also going to get a chance to see 2 more of the most endangered species on Earth. It really depends on where you live. Northern white rhinos, those 2 girls, Nadia and Ola, are from the Sudan. Does anyone know what's been going on in the Sudan? Yeah, that's a war. When there's a war going on, it's hard to enforce any sort of environmental law. Whenever people are in trouble, animals are in trouble too. And that's what's going on out there. It looks like they're keeping an eye on her out there. A little medical procedure, maybe. The point out is we've been trying to breed our northern white rhinos. We have 2 girls and 1 male out here. There are only 10 left in the world. We have 3 of them. Now we've done everything we can to get our females to be interested in male ankle food. Important our breeding is here before things get really dire. Having a captive population is kind of like having your actually live. in areas that are kind of really great farmland. So this kind of brown color there is pretty good camouflage where they live. The female, like a help blend in with light and shadow. Comes through the trees and rainforests. So we got a lot of more orangey animals in here. Along the edge of the water, you'll see some red-fronted gazelles. The gazelles live in the wettest part of any gazelle in Africa. You'll also, across the water, see some red lechwe hanging out up there. They're bright orange, helping them blend in with bright green as well. And then on the center island, you'll see some animals that don't blend in as well. See, there's storks, that they're called saddle-billed storks. Now, one of them is black and white, and one of them is more of a brown color, but they're actually both the same kind of bird. A black and white one is a grown-up. One more brown color is a baby. You see, black and white stands out in shades of gray. So the baby's going to be brown until he gets old enough to be able to defend himself really well, and then I'll get you that black and white color. Actually, Vol Reeboks, that's where the name Reebok comes from Reebok shoes. They're really good at their manes. It makes their neck muscles look bigger, and neck muscles are what you fight. Deer, because the antelope fill those areas. Only one species of deer is native to Africa. You'll see them up here to your right, North Africa. Those are Barbary red deer. The Atlas Mountains are. You know how much insects we have in our environment. And you've already made a difference by being here today. Because all of our breeding programs through those babies you saw out there, conservation efforts going on around the world, returning animals to the wild, like this addict. You also see some animals with big, sharp horns down beneath us. You will see animals with horns, like the gazelles or the fringe-eared oryx. These will use them to fight against the predator. They will if they have to, but at the last resort. More often, they're going to use this horn. Animals with horns fight for dominance. You'll see one near us, and that's fringe-eared oryx with only one horn. Notice how he's on the edge of the herd? Yeah, he's not going to be anywhere near as good at fighting, as good of a position. You really want to protect your horns, because they are for life. If you lose one, not coming back. It is gone. In fact, not only do different antelopes use their horns to fight for dominance, but rhinos do the same thing. Here's the our southern white rhinos. Like I said, the only rhinos that aren't endangered. Put over 90 of them born here. You'll see a little crash of southern white rhinos underneath the palm trees here. A crash, that's what you call a group like that. They can only see about 30 feet in front of them. They can run up to 30 miles an hour though, so crash is actually a pretty good term. So great look at them down there. You can see they'll be due any day now. And then get a great look at another giraffe herd, including our youngest giraffe. She's the one sitting down in the middle. Her name is Zizi. And she's just over a month old. Now giraffes don't have horns really so much as ossicones on their heads, just fur covered little horns. So how do you think they fight for dominance? Giraffes actually neck for dominance. Sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? It's different than our necking though. They have long necks. They stand next to each other, and they swing their necks back and forth and thwack each other with their heavy head, and whoever gives that first loses. So that's how they decide who's the most dominant. There's one other African animal I suggest you guys go see sometime, the Range Rover. So take a little peek over there to your right. And if you want to get a better look at him, Dad's actually inside the vehicle there. The baby is right out on the top of that. If you look in the insert to your